So that's my perspective.
Tom?
I want to echo and thank you for agreeing to facilitate the meetings, and I'm glad that we've had this dialogue and getting the process straightened out. Without doing the April meeting now, though, Commissioner, can you just answer, just so I'm clear, just maybe three simple, they're not simple questions, but from your perspective, and I don't want to get in dialogue. And many of the emails that I got, they were very similar, but there seemed to be a perceived or real breach of promise or breach of communication. What's your view on that? That's the first question. And the second question, are the rules, the current draft, are they available on the website? And then my third question is something that Emma mentioned to me. Has a portfolio ever been denied?
Well, the first one is that the leaving 4 columns. When I left last week to go to Washington, I left specific directions that last fall when Abby and I met, that we had made some significant changes, and I gave that report to the board that I felt that the changes we made were significant. There was real concerns that the year before that, the major changes, why do major changes again? So we went line by line by line, talked about some of the issues. And so it's my understanding then we got the public comment, I reviewed public comment, and I asked for a side-by-side, which is what the board had asked for, which was the column that was initially proposed from the Homeschooling Council, and the column that we agreed to as a group. Then that was sent to JLCAR, and then it came back with some changes, and that was what's supposed to go out. I have to say that I really actually was very upset to see a 3rd and 4th column. And I know that all of my directors are here, and I left specific directions that we were working from the 1st and 2nd column and the JLCAR response. And so how that happened, I'm not sure, because my intent, and I want to say this very publicly, was working closely with homeschoolers. I came into a situation very quickly last June where the Homeschooling Council asked to meet with me, had some very significant concerns, and we talked, and with the intent that we would move forward in a positive way. So I hope that answers it. I'm not sure if it's up on the web today because we had some technology problems.
Yes, we have.
So everyone that requested,
put on the website.
yes, everyone that requested any documents, they were available at all times, any discussions, and so on.
And my third question was the portfolio of the guy.
Yeah, he wants to know if that portfolio has ever been denied.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Thank you.
Helen? And then Fred?
A couple of things. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate what your willingness to do the sit-down. I think that will help us all, and I appreciate it. For Sarah, will 30 days give us the amount of time that we need from Joe Carr's perspective to not have to start all over again? So we're okay there. Okay, and I guess the third thing is similar to what Daphne said. I think we have an obligation to all of the students in our state, and we have to look at what is going to best ensure accountability for all students for whatever choices in education that their parents make, which clearly choice involved for parents, but we have a little bit of a different role, which is just to ensure that we are satisfied that we have regulation in place that ensures that all the students in our state are accounted for, and we have a job to do in that, and that's really important. I think it's important to all of us in this room.
Fred?
Yes, I agree. Ultimately, we're about no child being left behind, to use the saying. But I don't see. I have a hard time seeing where there is any kind of real disagreement with or difficulty with getting to where the homeschoolers wants it. As I listened to testimony in the hearing, and I admit that I left during part of the hearing. I had to fly out of town for an education conference, and then looking at the emails, I noticed a significant difference, but look, when we did the special ed regs, the special ed regs, when people were writing in, it was clear, that, what they were saying. That here is, what, the change that is being proposed. Here is the difference and why we see this as a significant difference from where we are. As I've gone through a majority of the emails and the letters that we've gotten, I haven't seen that kind of specificity. So I have a hard time in knowing that we are in a different place, and I feel uncomfortable that for whatever reason, let's accept that a communication gap has existed, and let's put the blame on us. But I don't think we're going to have a hard time getting to where we need to be. So I feel confident that what you are looking for is really not any different from what we are looking for. So I think that the suggestion for the added time is valuable, so that we can make sure that we're on the same page. And I look forward to that. Steve, I just want to clarify one thing. The term 30 days has been mentioned a couple of times, and then the putting it off till the next board meeting has been mentioned. And 30 days gets us to the 9th of April, and the board meeting's on the 14th of April. So, can we get some clarification on exactly? Have we been given indication that 30 days is fine, but we might need a little bit more than 30 days? Can I get clarification on that?
My understanding is that 30 days starts April 4th, so it begins the 5th. April 4th, we have to have it done.
Okay.
So it starts April 5th.
Okay.
So from April 5th, count 30
Gotcha, okay.
calendar days.
Okay, thank you.
Daphne?
And if you could let us know when you're planning the meetings.
March 18th and April 1st.
Okay, because if you wouldn't mind, company.
Everybody's
that was
invited.
quiet, and just to watch your expertise at work. So what
Everybody's invited.
times?
We have to work those out, and they have to be posted. So Abby and I will sit down, figure out the times. And I say April 1st, we can meet. I assume that's going to be a longer day, because the commissioner will be joining us on April 1st in the afternoon. So I'll get you more specifics as we post it, etc. So we have a motion on the table to table. Moved by Tom, second by Daphne. Any further? All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Passed unanimously.